Hi guys, welcome back to the Star Wars figure review. Next video we're going to take a look at one of the characters from the Book of Boba Fett line in the Black series, and that is this character here, which is Black Krrsantan, the dark-haired Wookiee. Now before we take proper looks at him, we'll take a look at the packaging that this one comes in. Now as you can see, it is once again the plastic-free packaging that Hasbro has been doing a bit for the Black series line. Of course Hasbro is reverting away back from this now, doing away with this and coming back to the physical bubble that we had. I was all for the plastic-free packaging, I can just say that, the whole thing, but I do get the reasoning why you wouldn't be able to see the figure inside the packaging, so I sort of got the arguments from both ends. So I do like that we're going to be able to see the figure inside the packaging once again. This has already begun the rollout with the new wave from Ahsoka, but of course this is still with the wave with plastic-free packaging, as you see there. Though I do like that little addition on the side there, we saw sort of what the figure came with, so obviously that's all going to disappear, but we'll still have the mural on the side as we see there. And then of course on the back that'll be replaced back with the mural image. So yeah, so that's what we've got here with Black Krrsantan, and we do have the bio, which is all there. You can pause and read that if you like, and that's what we've got. So yeah, it does look good on the packaging though, with the poses that was given, and the mural work does go well. But yeah, but as you can see, it's going away from this and reverting back to the bubble style packaging, which of course is also 100% recyclable. So yeah, that is, yeah, as I said, it just didn't work out with the plastic free, and I understand why, like, both ends of the argument as to why they wanted to do it plastic free, and also understand why it was better just to keep as is. So yeah, but now we'll start properly looking at the figure. So of course this is actually the second Black Krrsantan figure that has been released in the Black series. The first one was released as part of a comic book line series, because of course Black Krrsantan has previously appeared prior to Book of Boba Fett in the comic books, the Darth Vader ones for example there, and yeah, so basically that one was released, and I know that one had a bit of a negative reception from many collectors. A lot of them saying that it was just basically a reuse of the Chewbacca mold, and yeah, a lot of people weren't happy about that. And yeah, again, that's an argument I understand. So Hasbro have taken it back aside and tinkered with it and given us a brand new sculpt. And while it's still not 100% perfect, it's better than the original comic book sculpt, definitely for what it is. They're giving it a full new body, all the better articulation that's necessary for it, and just giving it a full new updated sculpt. And if you were to be a collector of either, this would probably be the one to go for over the the standard comic book one. The price point is a bit out of it for it, because this was a deluxe and it cost me about $33.99 for it. Was a bit hefty in price. It could have been priced a little better. I don't think that was the best of ideal prices for it, but I got what it was there. It'll probably go down later on with reductions and that as time goes on, but we'll just have to wait and see with that. So I know some was coming, because obviously I got it from Forbidden Planet, and this one sold out after, like, I went in one time, I was eyeing it and I was thinking to myself, do I buy it now, do I wait, do I buy it, do I wait, and I thought, you know what, he's probably not going to hang around. And yeah, he didn't. I went back to Forbidden Planet the following week, not there. So yeah, I made the wise decision to purchase him while I had the chance. So yeah, so I'm okay having him. He's a bit big for my cabinet, because I usually put most of my Mando and Book of Boba stuff in there, but I don't have room for him in there, so he's actually on my bookshelf now. But behind him there, I've got all that as well. But he fits on nicely with a lot of my gaming greats that I've got sort of along there. So he sort of fits in along there. Like I've got a shelf that's sort of like gaming greats and comic books that I've got going on. So Black Krrsantan sits nicely there with what I've got. So that's all right for me. But I was giving a full rundown of the sculpt. Articulation: you do get a ball jointed neck, ball hinged shoulders and elbows, ball hinged wrists, a ball jointed torso, ball hinged hips, ball hinged knees and ankles. I'm not sure, it does have butterfly joints, but they are kind of restricted due to the shoulder armour. So you can sort of move him around enough to be able to try and pose him in different poses. And even as you can see, to try and get him with the pose he's got on the packaging, it does appear to be quite difficult to have got him in a specific pose holding the blaster rifle that he comes with. So that is a bit of a struggle at first, but I think if you just work it out nicely, you'll be able to have him on holding it nicely with however you can really. If you just gotta move it around really, and then you'll have it where you need it to be, and it'll be there when you want it. So yeah, like I'm even holding it like that. So I often have him just with a blaster either aimed forwards or aimed down, depending on how much space there is on the shelf. Because if it's a shelf and there's no space, I'll have him aiming it downwards like that. But other than that, it's all fine. I'm even just looking at all the little details that Hasbro have given this time. You know, he's got a full rough texture on his all over him. Because obviously he's a hairy beast like Chewbacca is. So obviously he's got his armor on the front there, his own version of the bandolier, and then on the back as well. Same with the spikes on the shoulders. And then of course he's got what is meant to be reminiscent of like a beard sort of thing. I think that's just the idea of that. And obviously you got the greying markings in there, and even the facial sculpt just works in nicely for Black Krrsantan there. Even with my hand just to create that, just looking at that sculpt and just how well done Hasbro have done with this, like, it's, as I said, it's the much more superior of Black Krrsantan action figures we've got. So if you want to get this one, if you skipped out on the comic book series version like I did, get this one. It's just much more worth it. Definitely more worth your purchase than the other one. Is much worth. I'd say I'm just very much a fan. Like all the spikes on there for him, and he just goes well with if you've got a Boba and a Fennec, he goes well with them there. I would like to see Hasbro give us some more Book of Boba Fett Black Series action figures. Of course we do have a few coming in the vintage collections. They're sort of building it up slowly but surely. But I wouldn't mind a few other figures from Book of Boba Fett. Like I wouldn't mind some of the Moped Gang, you know, or Danny Trejo's character. Some of that lot. Like there's worthy characters from Book of Boba Fett that should have action figures. As I said, we know of Cad Bane we're getting, and as a 2-pack with Corbomant without his armor. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get that one. I might skip out on that one because I've got the version. I'm happy with the versions of those figures that I've got right now, but. Yeah, this one was worth the purchase. I mean, just I'm giving a full look at all of it as I can, just for this video, for as much of it as I can. His feet have all the edit you need, you know, all the like the hair they've sculpted on to make him just as big a Wookiee as possible, and he does stand quite tall as an action figure compared to some of the other ones, because of course that's meant to be him with his height. Like you put him on size with just other characters, and he's just bigger in height, as we all know. Obviously scaled to be that with the other action figures. So yeah, Black Krrsantan, very much a worthy figure. I will leave a link down in the description below to where you can buy him at Star Action Figures, and subject to availability of course, but you should be able to purchase him in there. He's a really good figure. He really fits in, and he's worth having in the collection. I very much thoroughly enjoyed the character. I enjoyed reading about the character in the comics. I believe he originally appeared in 2015. Because in the 2015 comics, Vader goes back to Tatooine, and in the aftermath, this is after episode 4, so he's not going to go there and sense Obi-Wan and Luke and all that. No, he goes. This is after the events of A New Hope. He goes to Tatooine to find Jabba, and he's also trying to find out who destroyed the Death Star. Then Boba Fett appears with Black Krrsantan to help him out with the mission he's doing. So yeah, Black Krrsantan has some roles on there. He has other roles throughout the comics, so it was really good to see Black Krrsantan be brought to the screen in Book of Boba Fett. He's just one of those characters that just felt right being transitioned from animation to the big screen. He does have his few face-offs with Chewbacca as well, so he's a character worth looking into. I can tell you that definitely. If you're a fan of Wookiees, Black Krrsantan is one of those characters that's worth looking into. I think he's definitely worth it for there. I'll just also give you a look at the weapon that he does come with. Of course, it's like a large rifle that he owns throughout the series, because it's like how Chewbacca has his bowcaster, Black Krrsantan has this. And yeah, that fits well. It fits well into his hand when he's holding it in one. But as you saw me trying to do earlier, trying to pose it where you can hold it in both hands is no easy task. So you sort of just have to go with what you can. But I think that's probably the one downside of this figure, is trying to get it into a good enough pose where he's holding it with both hands. But other than that, he's a worthwhile figure to have in an action figure collection. So yeah, but I hope you enjoyed looking at him. I'll do leave a. As I said, I'll leave a link down there to where you can buy him. Do drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. On my Facebook, X/Twitter, and Instagram accounts are all down there in the description below. So I will see you in the next review.